Hey, it's Al Johnson here with the Historical Detective Agency, here with a setting the record straight on a lot of the CCP propaganda that has been going out this last couple weeks, pretty much in response to them getting called out on Taiwan. Couple things. Number one, the change in their tone has been to try to paint the United States as taking unfair advantage after World War II by setting up a unilateral peace treaty between the United States and Japan and leaving everyone else out in violation of the UN Charter that was signed in 1942. They've been pushing that in multiple channels, mostly English language, to try to make it look like the United States worked all this out on its own and no one else got any type of compensation. Kind of a standard CCP narrative. Couple things wrong with that. This is what the record actually shows. Number one, the peace treaty that they're talking about is the Treaty of San Francisco, 1951 to 1952. There were 48 other allied nations involved in that, not just the United States. And the United States did invite China, and it was the Chinese that actually fought the Japanese, which wasn't the CCP, it was the Kuomintang on Taiwan. However, a former ally of the United States, Britain, who had become a socialist labor government by that time, had a foreign secretary named Ernest Bevins, who was a massive socialist himself, and his policy had been to push recognition of the communist Chinese in 1950 because Britain wanted Hong Kong to be maintained and they wanted an economic, basically a source of cheap slave labor for their products since they had lost India. It was pragmatic and they didn't care who had actually fought the Japanese. So that was the British policy. The United States and Britain went back and forth. The United States, of course, recognizing the Kuomintang, who was in exile in Taiwan, as the legitimate successors because they had actually fought the Japanese. So the Americans were pushing that, the British were pushing the CCP, and in the end, nobody got invited. However, the Chinese that did fight the Japanese, the Kuomintang in exile on Taiwan, facilitated by the United States, did form the Treaty of Taipei in 1952 and settled the differences and resolve World War II with the Japanese. So if the CCP wanted a seat at the table, they would have to build a time machine, go back in time, and actually fight the Japanese rather than growing opium out there and playing all the sides as they did. The disinformation out there, no, the United States, along with 48 other nations, did go. Chinese did get their resolution. It was the Kuomintang who actually fought the Japanese, settled their differences in 1952, the Treaty of Taipei. Again, if Chinese communists feel like they need something from the table, create that time machine, go back in time, actually fight in World War II, perhaps that might do it, instead of fighting your own people for generations.